What's cracking, people? It's your baby mama's favorite cousin, Cousin T-Tall, and today I am coming at you with 5 ways to tell if a woman's out of your league or not. Now, this isn't supposed to be some type of measurement of your manhood or your masculinity. In fact, the points that I'm going to make in this particular presentation are not to be taken right or wrong or indifferently, or it's not necessarily something that's good or bad on you. Okay, this is simply an observational tool that your cousin wants to provide for you. Okay, so with that being said, let's get into point number 1: how to tell if she is out of your league. The first way to tell is if you don't know what the two of you are, right? If you have to ask, what are we? Sir, she is out of your league. As a matter of fact, if you have not designated what your relationship dynamic with this particular woman is, that means that she's got you in a slot. Yes, I will say this again, more simply put, she has you on her roster position. Now, like I said, this is not to point out what's right or wrong, good or bad. Just know what it is. If she is not bringing it up in terms of what level of influence you have within her world, that means that she has placed you in a slot that's neatly arranged just for you, so that your impact is minimal. That's number 1. Number 2, how you can tell that she's out of your league. If you're on her roster, but you don't have a roster. Gentlemen, no matter what various channels say, no matter what all of these interviews and conversations with various women of different walks of life try to suggest, the honest truth is that if you cannot get women, meaning if you cannot manage the type of relationship dynamics in which you offer reciprocal value to a spectrum of women for specific reasons, okay? At the end of the day, this is about an exchange. And women are very, very keenly aware of the type of men who have the stature of the type of men who can successfully manage multiple relationships with not only just intimate counterparts, but with people in general. Have you ever been a supervisor at your job? Have you ever been a captain or co-captain of a team? Have you ever been in a position to assign tasks and assignments to other people and put together a system of checks and balances to make sure that the mission is complete, that it's seen through to completion, that you've produced a tangible yield for your efforts? Not only women are adept at identifying the type of men who have this ability, but leaders are adept at identifying the type of talent that they're looking to recruit, who have the capability of maintaining multi-layer relationships. Okay, so that's number 2. If you're not on her roster, but you don't have a roster yourself, she is definitely out of your league. Number 3, if you rearrange your lifestyle, your social calendar, or even your short-term schedule to accommodate her program. Now, gentlemen, many videos can be made, and if you want to have that conversation, let me know in the comment section. But we can have the conversation around making adjustments, or in athletic terms, we call it game day decisions. But when it comes to you rearranging your lifestyle, making adjustments to your established social calendar, or even changing your short-term schedule just to accommodate maybe her whims, her change of mind, her feeling at the moment, then you have squarely confirmed that your league is subpar or subordinate to her. Basically, when we say league, we are talking about overall lifestyle. Now, there's some other factors that go into that, and we may highlight that a little bit later in this discussion, but just keep that in mind, gentlemen. She is out of your league if you, the man, rearrange your lifestyle or your social calendar or even short-term scheduling to accommodate her program. Number 4, if she doesn't introduce you to her sphere of influence. Now, what does that mean, her sphere of influence? First of all, you've got her social circle. Who are the people that she incorporates within her social activity, vacations, travel, entertainment, leisure, cultural activities. That's her social circle. She does not introduce you to her family. Now that goes without saying. Obviously, cousins, brothers, uncles, aunties, obviously the parents. None of these people even are aware of your existence. And finally, her co-workers. Now, depending on where you met this young lady, that'll determine how much further away from her sphere of influence she'll need to keep you. Like if you met her in the workspace, maybe you were a delivery guy and you happen to deliver to that company, or if you met her while she was out during a social activity, perhaps you bumped into her at a lounge or a bar or a club or a rooftop or some other space of social activity. That would be the case for her social circle. But make no mistake, gentlemen, the further away from her spheres of influence she keeps you indicates how little to no influence you have within her life, and it shows that she is not willing to bring you around people who she gives weight to their opinion, people who have the sort of influence within her world that she would not want to have judge her choice of man, which goes back to where you are on her roster. Okay, now this touches upon a presentation that I'll be doing very soon with none other than the field general Ron Wills and his private exclusive group. The information for this presentation will be down below, along with a clickable link so that you can have access to this one-of-a-kind presentation. Now, what this touches on is how women view your SMV. And when we talk about SMV, this is definitely the sexual market value. And I think it's important that we understand that the way that men perceive a woman's SMV is not the same that the way that women perceive a man's SMV. And in this presentation with Ron Wills, I will be going into details about the differences of how women categorize men with the SMV hierarchy. Okay, now this all comes from a conversation that I had a while ago with the now late style godfather himself, Kevin Samuels. Now, over the course of this conversation that we had, it was established that, of course, men view a woman's SMV with certain benchmarks and within a certain range, but the way that women actually categorize the men that they are aroused by, attracted to, and ultimately position in key roles of impact in their lives is completely different from the way that men approach it. These are the things that are going to be discussed in this particular program, but this leads me to the last point of this presentation today: how to know if the woman that you desire to acquire, the woman that you may already be in some type of relationship or situationship with currently, is out of your league. Point number 5, she cannot follow your leadership. Now, gentlemen, we've discussed many times the 3 different types of expressions of alpha, as I've explained in the past, which are your physical expression, your sexual expression, and your social expression. These are factors that go into why she has chosen you for whatever reason that she has chosen you for. And this also goes into what her echelon is. I'll link that video down below again, but that does have, it does play a factor in how she positions you for whatever role you are playing in her life. So at the end of the day, gentlemen, I just wanted to put these 5 points out there that you can use as an observational tool to discover whether or not you are engaged with a woman who is out of your league. Now, for those who are interested in a brief summary of Male SMV, I go into detail over on the Patreon side, so you do well to go ahead and head over to that space and check that out. But for all others, as always, this is your man Cousin T, aka the Alpha Wingman, saying stay sharp and mission focused.
For you guys who don't know who Cousin Tito is, I put his name in the chat room. You need to just go binge his shit. Okay, binge his shit. Don't say nothing, just go binge it. It is Godfather style approved, Uncle Rom approved. Go ahead, T.